Hey guys, welcome back to Smart Trader. This is Dice Paul, and thank you so much for all your likes, comments, share, and subscribe my channel. And if you are a new member, then go to our channel, watch all the videos or watch the playlist. And if you are liking that, then definitely go hit the subscribe button. And also one more thing, go hit that bell icon. I heard that if you hit bell icon, you get notification first, and whenever you're free, you can go watch. So from now on, guys, go hit the bell icon. And if you are already my subscriber, still go hit that bell icon so that you get notification. And yes, this is something new which we have. This is an idea given by our subscriber who said me, sir, start using a board where you can draw and explain. So I went to the shop and I asked for a whiteboard. So he gave me this whiteboard. And once I got it here, my friend saw this and he says, dude, you would get a better, bigger whiteboard, right? And you get a stand also. So I didn't know about this. So if this is going to help you guys out, and let me know in the comments, then I will go buy the bigger one with the stand so that I can keep anywhere in the studio and record for you guys. Okay, so without wasting time, let's start off with today's first topic on our whiteboard. So let's start off. Learn to cut losses. Hope you guys can see. I hope so. Anyways, I'll use a blue color. So learn to cut losses. This is very much important. When I say learn to cut losses, example, 100 rupees stock, okay? So you bought the stock at 100 rupees. I'm not telling you if you're cutting the losses, we are going to make a profit. I'm talking about how to cut your losses. When I say cut your losses, you bought for 100 rupees and the stock went down. You could have cut the losses here. Stock went down, further down. You could have cut the losses here. Stock went to 0, right? Or stock went to 50% loss. So this is what I'm going to tell you in this particular video, that we should always know the technique of cutting losses, which I never knew when I was trading initially. Later, when I started learning from a lot of people, that is when I understood this thing, that we should first learn how to cut our losses. So I'm going to tell you a few things, which mistakes we do in these type of situations and how we can overcome these. So the first reason why we don't cut our losses would be bounce back. For the ones who do not understand what is bounce back, for example, you take a basketball and you hit it down, it will come up, right? That's called bounce back, right? So same way in stock market, when the stock goes down, it comes up and goes down and comes back. This is something which we see in stock market. So whenever we enter a stock, people think that the stock bounces back. So you buy somewhere and you think it's going to bounce back and go up again. Example, in intraday, if you take the stock price is at 200 and it's at a record high. Okay, it's a high for the day, for example. You buy at the high. Stock goes down up to 197 rupees, right? And you expect that the stock should go up back to 200 and it'll break 200 and then go up to your profit or targets, right? So most of the time it happens, most of the time it doesn't happen, right? So for that, you should have proper logical understanding why the stock will go back. You cannot hope that every stock will go back. Not every stock goes back. If you see, whichever stock you would have put would have come down and never it will come up, right? But there are situations where stocks, after hitting a stop loss, it will bounce back. So expecting bounce back from all the stock is not good. And when it comes to positional trading, most of you guys will do this mistake in positional trading. You take a stock thinking that, for example, Nifty 50 index, okay, the graph looks like this. Currently, the market is in the peak, if you know, above 11,000, it's in the total peak. And if overall the index has gone up like this, right? So we expect that any stock you buy a stock between your middle only. Here you buy a stock, Nifty 50 stock, you buy, considering the stock will also go. When the market makes a record high, even this is going to make a record high. This is what you expect and this is what we expect. This is what even I thought initially, but always understand Nifty 50 index will have only top 50 stocks, okay? So if your stock is not performing, they'll throw out your stock and they will get a better performing stock. So what happens, your stock is not moving or not performing anymore. So that is one big mistake. We always think that when The market, the Sensex Nifty is going up, all the stock goes up. No, there are stocks which goes down up to zero, and there are stock where there is a bankruptcy. So you should always never believe that stock is going to bounce back without any solid logical reason. It's not that every stock will bounce. If you see majority of the stock doesn't bounce back, they just go below the lines. Okay. So the reason 2 is going to be accepting the mistake. How many of us accept that we made a mistake? We made an error in picking a stock. How many of you guys accept that? How many of you guys even discuss about your losses? How many, even you need a lot of guts to show people your losses, right? So it's a human behavior where we do not show our losses to people because we go further down. Okay, it's a psychological effect. That's the reason we don't show. The day we talk about our losses, the day we think about our losses is when we start to grow up, and that is when you become strong. Trust me, initially when I was too scared to talk about my losses because I should think what people may think about me. Okay, but later on I overcame on it, because when I talk about my profit, I can equally talk about my loss. And when I talk about both, I am more confident in front of people, and that is how I become strong. But most of us do not accept that we have made a mistake in a trade. In a trade, we have only two things. One is profit or one loss. If you miss profit, it's obviously a loss. And if you make a correct choice, if you miss it, you make a mistake. This is a simple thing. It's not a big problem in life, right? It's a simple thing. Correct one or a mistake one, error one. So you need to start accepting the mistake. When a stock goes down, there are so many people who don't even understand, first of all, why the stock is going down. That is one big mistake. But even though knowing that they are in a mistake, when the stock is going down, they are not accepting that they have made a mistake, and they always think that, okay, let the stock come back again like this, and let me at least sell in my purchase price, right? We do not accept the fact that we made an error over here, okay? And 50% of the time, what happens? You don't accept, and you hold this loss position. Stock keeps going down. You ask 2-3 people, what will happen? What will happen on the stock? The stock, and 50% of the stock will slide down, and you will end up losing all your capital. And when it comes to positional trading, you hold a big lot of your hard-earned saving money, which you're waiting for months and years. You lose your money like this. So people who understand logically when the stock goes down, you understand you made a mistake. Even though you understand a mistake, people avoid. Stop avoiding a mistake. Accept the fact you made a mistake. See one of my video where Vedanta stock, my live trading recent video, Vedanta, where I did two particular stock, one was switcher and NSE comparison trade, where I made a mistake of picking Vedanta. But still, I took a chance. When the stock came down, I'm sure the stock may not bounce back. So that's the reason I averaged it out at the lower level so that my buying price came into average. And later, when the stock price came half recovery, it came to point. And that is what I sold at 1,000 rupees, and I escaped my losses. So you need to accept the fact that yes, you have made a loss. Now what should I do is the question. And that should be a proper logical reasoning. Yes, I made a mistake. Should I exit my position right here? And should I enter into a right stock right now? Or should I sit in a whole day the same stock and lose all my money without doing anything? So the third point is going to be neglect. We avoid neglect a lot of time. If you see, for example, myself in my live trading videos, when I make consistent profits, there are days when I told you it's not well, I go to the clinic, I see my portfolio in positive, still I neglect it, right? Considering, okay, it's already in positive. What's the problem? Let the stock go up. I didn't even go profit, nor it came off end of the day, and I booked a loss of 7,000 rupees. So it's called neglecting. And same way, especially in this portfolio, for example, your long-term, in terms of long-term positional trading, we have a portfolio of positive stock, negative stocks. Your portfolio will look very much positive, and you will be so happy that, okay, my portfolio is doing great, and you start neglecting. That's a human behavior where we neglect when we are good. So we don't monitor what's happening, and slowly what happens, there are stocks which goes into negative, and we still don't look into those stocks. We don't remove those stocks from our portfolio. Still we keep everything considering, okay, still I am in positive. End of the day, things go worst. Maybe everything may go to negative, or overall net it's going to go to negative, and we lose interest. So whenever you are in losses, we always concentrate every minute you sit in front of the graph and say that the stock goes up, or every day you check your for positional, you check the mobile or your laptop, seeing did the stock come up, how much did it recover, so you monitor. But when you go to positive, when you go towards the profit side, most of us, when it's in the peak or in the nice profit area, we don't book profit. Now we don't monitor. What we do is we neglect, thinking that it's already up, let it go up, let it go to the highest, let me leave. You get all this confidence, and that is one mistake what we do by neglecting your portfolio or neglecting your trade. In intraday especially, don't even do the mistake, guys, because I have this doing this mistake a lot of time. And when I do this mistake again, I go right in my book that I should not do this mistake. Never leave your intraday trade and go anywhere. Have a watch. At least when I say have a watch, if you're using a mobile, watch it. At least if you're giving a 2 minute gap, just have a watch on it and then keep it in your pocket. So that is how you should do. And when it comes to long term, always check your portfolio at least weekly, twice or thrice. Check your portfolio, see which are the stock which is growing, which are the stocks is a bad idea for you. And if you see any stocks that are a bad idea, sell it out and enter into a good stock which will at least give you some amount of profit or to your total. So the last point or the reason why we make a mistake of cutting down losses is because of hope. Many of you guys are told, right, when your stock goes against you, hope my stock comes back, hope my stock goes highest, hope my things come better, hope I get so much profit, hope the stock goes 20 times, 10 times, and I make most of the profit. Since hope is something which spoils in stock market. Yes, we have a hope in our daily life, that hope should be there. But when it comes to, you should have a hope that you will make a profit. You should have a hope that you will learn stock market. That is a hope. But hoping that stock price will go now above here, it will go below, when I sell it will go to profit, that is not a hope. And if you see in my videos, I use this word, hope the stock breaks its own high. That is when we get a profit. Hope this breaks this resistance. Hope it goes down and then it goes up. And it happens. And most of my subscribers tell, how did you predict, sir? How you just said it's gonna go break and it broke. You said it's gonna go high, it's gonna break. You said after this level it will go, then we'll book a profit, and you did that. How do you tell this? So the hope which I use is because of my logical thinking, that I know that here is the resistance, here is the support. Here if it breaks, it goes here. Here it goes, then it can come down. These are from my experience and from my learning and from my logical thinking. So my logic says it will go, and I am hoping, as per my analysis, yes, this will happen. Hope it should happen because I have a strong reason why the hope will be there, right? But just by saying that hope this stock will go up, I will buy this stock. Hope this stock will go, multi-bagger stock, 10 rupee stock is going to be 1,000 rupees 10 years down the line. I'm going to buy simply hoping I'm buying. This is utter flop. Trust me, maybe 1 or 2% may be lucky. It happens, and we think that this hope is going to work. Hope is going to work only when you have a logical reason. You need to understand a stock. You need to have a reason behind buying a stock, selling a stock, why you have to hold, why you have to wait, why you have to stop your loss. Everything should have a reason, and that is where you can hope your analysis will come true. So these were some of the reasons why we are not cutting down our losses. Now, most of you will be thinking, yes, these are the reasons we are not cutting down. Most of you guys can relate it just like me. But now, how do we overcome these type of situations? So what are the tips that we can follow, at least for a beginner, so that he can shape his trading career? So these are things which I learned from a lot of articles and stuff. So as you know, Smart Trader family, we share things, what we learn, ideas, tricks. So I thought this particular thing, what I learned, will help you guys. That's the reason I'm also sharing this to my larger audience. So these are the few things which you can keep in mind so that you can avoid such things. First, the first tip what I would suggest is have an investment strategy. Okay, so most of you guys think, what is this investment strategy? Just go buy a stock, sell a stock. It happens for a few days, but then you guys only will come and tell me, sir, my account became zero, I lost 50% of my capital. So this is a certain thing. So for that, discipline is required. To have a discipline, first step is you should have a proper investment strategy. A strategy can be a fundamental way, or maybe a technical or quantitative or logical, depends upon your style. Whichever style you're going to do, you should have a strategy behind it. You should always know why you are buying a stock. Without reason, you should not buy a stock. So your investment strategy will tell which are the stock which I am going to buy, what are the risks I'm going to take, and what is the profit I'm going to plan, and what is the percentage of capital I should invest. All this will come into your investment strategy. So this one is the base. If you have this right, then you are correct, 25%. So the second point is going to be learn when to sell stock. As per your investment strategy, you know which stock to buy. Now you are a pro. Okay, so you, as per your fundamental analysis or technical analysis or logical thinking, you have picked a stock. Now you are a pro in it. But after that, you should know when to sell your stock. Okay, because different people have different style of trading. Okay, and one person can hit a 6. Okay, so certain people don't have that energy to hit a 6. You have to go for a 4 or a single. Okay, so everyone are in the same platform of cricket ground. For example, few can hit 6, few cannot hit 6. So their strength is to go hit singles and get the run. End of the day, getting run is important. Doesn't matter if you hit a 6 or you hit a 1 or 2. It depends totally on your style. So same way in trading, the profit doesn't have any boundary. Okay, so losses have a boundary. 100% loss is done. But for profit, there is no boundary at all. So you won't eventually won't know when to stop. So first you should understand your own style. Okay. Few things what you can see is if there's a bad news in the market, you need to sell your stock, book the profit. When I say sell the stock, you bought the stock already, it's gone up. You should know when to sell the stock. If there's a bad news in the market, you think it's not going to go higher more, you need to exit, right? Later, if it goes up, goes down, you are safe, right? Than regretting saying, oh, it went down, I should have done this better. And also, if you're following any tip provider or any research analyst, as per the analysis, the stock will go up to so and so price, and if it's already reached, it's time to exit. Don't think that, okay, he has told this, but let's wait and see if it will go higher. You need to exit. That's the reason as per their analysis. Maybe it may go a little bit higher or it may go again back down. So end of the day, profit is important. So first you should learn when to sell the stock. Most of us do not know when to sell the stock. Even in intraday, when the stock goes higher, you don't even have the point when to sell the stock. You think that it will go more, and when it comes down, you think, okay, let it at least come back to the same level which I thought, right? So that's the reason I mostly recommend all the beginners 0.3% just to have a target in mind, like a boundary saying that 0.3 is my target. If I'm with the target, I'm done. Because most of you guys fail to sell the stock, and end of the day you don't book profits and you end up in negative. Point number 3 is stop loss. Just like how I told you, if you guys don't know how to sell when it goes to profit, same way when it goes negative, you should have a stop loss. Why you should have a stop loss? Just to safeguard your capital. When I say stop loss, it's not going to stop your trade. Understand this. So many people in today's generation, so many people think that who just passed out. When I'm talking about generation, the ones who are just passing out of the college, they hear a word called stop loss. So stop loss means I need to keep 1:1 ratio. If I keep 0.3% stop loss, then I keep 0.3% target, right? And what happens? Stop loss will hit first or its target will hit first, right? So it is stopping your trade. It's not stopping your loss. What does actually stop loss means? Stop loss means stopping your loss. How much loss you can take, that is called stopping loss. For example, instead of losing your money 100%, you have to set the stop loss somewhere where you can bear it. Let me tell 10% or 20% is your stop loss. You can bear this particular loss if you choose a wrong stock. Okay. If you are choosing a right stock, every day your stock is going to hitting that point here or whatever, 1%, 2% as per your strategy. But stop loss should not be somewhere which will stop your trading, because you keep a small stop loss due to the fluctuation of the market and correction of the market, because stock market goes like this. So it will hit your stop loss and you're out of the trade. So in order to be safe, you should always think your stop loss, how much loss you can take. So you have to keep the stop loss as per your loss capacity, not as per the trade. Trade will flow on its own. So you should give the margin for the trade to dance between that line, and you should always keep the stop loss. That's the reason if you see most of my video, people say that you keep target very small and you keep stop loss very high. That's the reason if you see my ratio of making profit is higher. This is what initially I used to follow 1:1 and I used to make 0.3, 0.3. It used to become equal end of the day. No point, because every stock which I pick, because my capacity, I can pick a good stock. Okay, that's my skill right now. So if I'm able to pick a right stock, only one single day or two single day in a month, I will be in a bad books. That is when I can handle my loss of 10%, 20%, and I can make my 60, 70 or 120% profit, right? So you should understand your style. Based on that, you should keep your stop loss to stop your losses instead of losing all your 100% capital. This stop loss is going to safeguard to one particular level because you choose the wrong stock for one particular day. So stop loss is very important. The last point what I would recommend you guys is ask yourself. Ask yourself few of the questions. For example, morning 9:30 you bought a stock. Let us talk in terms of intraday first. 9:30 you bought a stock at certain price because it looks very trending, very moving, very volatile, looks very good, graph looks very good, and you buy this stock at that particular price. Okay. At 10:30 or 10 o'clock, ask yourself again, will you buy the stock at 10:30? Ask this question. If your answer is no, then sell this stock right away. Because as per your analysis, at 10:30, if the stock graph doesn't look volatile, doesn't look good, doesn't look trending, the energy is done, the buyers are low, then you should start thinking of selling the stock than waiting that, oh, 9:30 I bought the stock, I will wait for the whole day. No. You should ask yourself each and every time when you visit the stock, should I buy the stock or not? If you think you can buy the stock, then wait, don't sell the stock, because as per your analysis, the stock can further go up, right? Not blindly buying at 9:30 and waiting for the whole day without expecting anything. Expecting just for profit doesn't help. You need to look into the graphs, you have to look into the stock, your fundamental analysis, technical analysis, or your logical thinking should say, yes, at 10:30 still I can buy the stock. Then you have to hold the stock. If the stock is not going to go from here, then you have to sell the stock. Same way in positional trading, you want to visit your stock after 1 month or 2 months, visit your chart and say, ask yourself, should I buy this stock? If your answer is no, then I would say exit the stock. If the stock is not no more trending, and if the stock is still in a good, good value, then definitely if it's a buy, then hold your stock. So this is how you have to ask yourself, which will give you a real good answers. And this is technique which I follow in my particular live trading videos and other tradings. I always think when I see the chart, should I go? Should I not go? If it's looking good, let me wait. If it's not looking good, that is why if you see, I will say, okay, I think this is enough, let's sell it off. So this is how you have to ask yourself. So finally, summarizing what all we learned after this long lecture which I gave, and I don't like these lectures in my college, it's not like that, but what to do with the stock market. And there are a lot of beginners who are there, so I have to split topics and go deep by deep and explain them in a simple way so that they understand and they learn a lot. So what we can summarize from what I told you, these 4 mistakes which we did, and from the tips what we can do is that it's always a good strategy to exit in losses rather than worsening it, right? So a lot of successful traders exit in their losses and they catch the right stock. When they get to know they have chosen the wrong stock by error or by they have done a mistake, when they realize that, they exit it right away and they enter into a profitable stock so that they don't waste their time in the losing trade, rather than they average it out in other trade, and that is how they balance their portfolio. And that is what is important in this trading world. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like more of such videos, then hit that like and also share this video with all your friends so that I can make more of explaining and tutorial videos and trade talk videos, and I can explain you certain indicators on this chart. So do let me know about this and keep supporting us. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel so that we can hit that 1 lakh mark very soon. And as I told you, the good news is going to come in few more months. I'm not sure if it's going to be a good news for you, but definitely a good news to this channel. And I hope this channel will grow very fast by then, and a lot of plans are coming soon. So see you soon in my next video. Till then, take care and trade safe. Bye-bye.